Scorpio with Chinese zodiac years, deep personality reading. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are a Scorpio, this reading is for you. But today we are not looking at a monthly horoscope. This is a deeper, evergreen reading about Scorpio combined with the 12 Chinese zodiac years. Scorpio is already one of the most intense signs of the zodiac. It is the sign of secrets, truth, emotional power, desire, transformation, crisis, loyalty, and rebirth. Scorpio does not live only on the surface. Scorpio wants to know what is real, what is hidden, what is dangerous, what is magnetic, and what can be transformed. This is a symbolic astrology reading for reflection and entertainment. It is not medical, legal, or financial advice. Always use your own judgment, your real experience, and real-world facts when making important decisions. Scorpio is a fixed water sign, but this is not soft, easy water. Scorpio is deep water, underground water, water under pressure. Scorpio feels what other people hide. It reads silence, tension, motives, loyalty, fear, attraction, and betrayal. This is why Scorpio can be so powerful in psychology, research, healing, business, strategy, crisis work, finance, investigation, art, and any field where life becomes complicated. But Scorpio's gift is also Scorpio's test. The ability to see hidden truth can become wisdom, or it can become suspicion. Passion can become devotion, or it can become obsession. Strength can become protection, or it can become control. Scorpio's greatest spiritual work is not to become weak or soft. It is to become conscious. A mature Scorpio does not destroy everything that hurts. A mature Scorpio knows when to transform, when to let go, when to protect, and when to trust again. This is why your Chinese birth year matters. Your Western sign shows your deep inner nature, but your Chinese year shows how that nature behaves in real life. How you react under pressure, how you use power, how you love, how you protect yourself, how you handle money, and how you recover from crisis. And if you do not know your Chinese zodiac sign, check the description below this video. I will leave a simple guide there so you can find your birth year and follow the right section. Here is the best way to listen to this reading. Do not treat your Chinese year as a separate label that replaces Scorpio. Think of it as a second current moving through the same deep water. Scorpio shows the emotional temperature, intensity, loyalty, instinct, power, and transformation. The Chinese year shows the behavioral rhythm, whether you move carefully, boldly, softly, strategically, creatively, or protectively. This is why two Scorpios can feel the same hunger for truth, but express it in completely different ways. One Scorpio becomes silent and calculating. Another becomes fierce and visible. Another heals through art. Another protects a family, a team, or a cause. As you listen, pay attention to three things: your gift, your shadow, and your formula. The gift shows what comes naturally. The shadow shows where that same power can become too heavy. The formula gives you a simple direction for growth. Scorpio energy is never weak, but it must be purified. It must learn not to confuse fear with intuition, not to confuse control with safety, and not to confuse emotional intensity with true intimacy. When Scorpio learns this, the sign becomes almost impossible to defeat because it knows how to rise again without repeating the same old wound. Also remember, this reading is not meant to put you in a box. It is meant to give language to patterns you may already feel. Use what feels honest, leave what does not fit, and come back to the section later if life brings the same theme again. Sometimes one sentence will make more sense after an important turning point. Now let's add the second layer, your Chinese birth year. Scorpio born in the year of the rat. Scorpio rat is one of the most strategic Scorpio combinations. Scorpio brings emotional depth, secrecy, and transformation. Rat adds calculation, survival instinct, memory, and practical intelligence. This is a person who rarely acts without sensing the hidden structure of a situation. You may look calm, but inside you are watching everything. Who is loyal? Who is useful? Where the risk is? Where the resource is? And when the right moment will come. Your strength is patience combined with instinct. You can survive difficult periods because you do not waste all your energy in the first reaction. You observe, gather information, and wait. But your shadow is over control. Sometimes you think so much, protect so much, and calculate so much that life starts to feel like a locked room. Your path is to use strategy without becoming trapped by fear. In work and money, you can be excellent with finance, analysis, confidential information, crisis planning, management, and long-term resources. But do not let caution block growth. In love, trust comes slowly, but once you trust, your loyalty can be very deep. Your formula is, real power grows when strategy is paired with one brave step forward. Scorpio born in the year of the ox. Scorpio ox is deep, steady, stubborn, and emotionally strong. Scorpio gives intensity and the need for truth. Ox adds endurance, patience, loyalty, and the ability to carry heavy responsibilities. This is a person who may not speak about every feeling, but feels everything deeply. You can hold pressure for a long time, sometimes longer than is healthy. Your strength is inner stability. You can build, protect, endure, and stay when others leave. You are not easily impressed by shallow words. You need proof, consistency, and real commitment. But your shadow is emotional silence. You may carry hurt for too long, wait too long to speak, and then react with a force that surprises everyone. Your lesson is to express tension before it becomes a wall. In work, you are strong in long projects, property, business, finance, medicine, psychology, research, production, or any field where persistence matters. Money needs practical structure, because Scorpio desire and ox attachment can create intense spending when emotions build up. In relationships, you need honesty, peace at home, and calm loyalty. Your formula is, strength becomes wisdom when the heart is not locked. Scorpio born in the year of the tiger. Scorpio tiger is magnetic, passionate, courageous, and hard to ignore. Scorpio brings emotional depth and transformation. Tiger adds charisma, pride, independence, and bold movement. This combination can create a powerful leader, artist, protector, or person who changes the atmosphere simply by entering the room. Your strength is fearless emotional intensity. You can inspire people because you are not afraid of strong feelings, strong truth, or strong change. You may go through dramatic chapters in life, but each one can make you more alive, not less. The shadow is pride. When hurt, Scorpio tiger can become sharp, dramatic, or determined to win at any cost. But not every conflict is a battle for power. In work, you are strong in leadership, public roles, creative projects, psychology, crisis work, teaching, media, or any place where courage and emotional intelligence meet. In money, bold opportunities may come, but do not treat luck as guaranteed. In love, you need passion and respect, but you must not turn relationships into tests of loyalty or dominance. Your formula is, true power begins when passion learns how to protect instead of burn. Scorpio born in the year of the rabbit or cat. Scorpio rabbit, also called Scorpio cat in some traditions, is sensitive, intuitive, private, and emotionally refined. Scorpio gives depth and intensity. Rabbit adds diplomacy, softness, caution, beauty, and the ability to avoid unnecessary conflict. This person can feel invisible emotional currents and understand people without many words. Your strength is psychological sensitivity. You can help others process pain, soften conflict, and create emotional safety. You may be drawn to art, counseling, design, healing spaces, family themes, or work where depth must be expressed gently. But your shadow is avoidance. Sometimes you keep the peace so long that your truth disappears. You may hold old wounds silently and call it kindness when it is really self-protection. In work, you do well in consulting, therapy, education, creative fields, design, service, and delicate negotiations. Money should be handled calmly. Do not spend to comfort emotional discomfort. In relationships, tenderness is strong, but love should not become silent suffering. Your formula is, Softness heals only when it does not betray inner truth. Scorpio born in the year of the dragon. Scorpio-Dragon is one of the most powerful and intense combinations. Scorpio brings hidden force, emotional depth, and the power of rebirth. Dragon adds scale, ambition, magnetism, and a sense of destiny. This is someone who may feel that life is asking for something bigger than ordinary survival. Your strength is transformation on a large scale. You can rise from crisis, take control of difficult situations, and become influential when your will is guided by purpose. But your shadow is excess. Scorpio-Dragon may promise too much, spend too much, demand too much, or believe that strong desire alone can bend reality. This combination must be careful with pride, moral shortcuts, and the temptation to use power without inner clarity. In career, you can do well in business, politics, management, finance, strategy, education, international work, or transformation-based fields. But big plans need ethical structure. In love, you need loyalty and admiration, but intimacy cannot survive if everything becomes a loyalty test. Your formula is, scale becomes a blessing when power serves meaning. Scorpio born in the year of the snake. Scorpio-Snake is mystery multiplied. Scorpio already sees beneath the surface, and Snake adds strategic intelligence, silence, intuition, and the ability to read hidden patterns. This combination can be deeply perceptive, magnetic, private, and difficult to deceive. Your strength is insight. You can understand motives, secrets, timing, emotional patterns, and the unseen logic behind events. You may be excellent in research, psychology, medicine, finance, investigation, esoteric studies, strategy, negotiation, or confidential work. But your shadow is suspicion. When you see too much, you may start to trust too little. Analysis can become a prison. Silence can become a weapon. Old pain can become the lens through which you judge new people. In money, careful planning works well, especially when decisions are not rushed. In relationships, you need deep trust, but trust cannot be built only by testing another person. At some point, you must reveal something real too. Your formula is, mystery becomes wisdom when it stops being used as protection against love. Scorpio born in the year of the horse. Scorpio horse is a powerful mix of depth and freedom. Scorpio wants emotional truth, intensity, and deep bonding. Horse wants movement, independence, fresh air, and new horizons. This can create a person who loves deeply but cannot live in a cage. Your strength is the ability to transform through movement. You may grow through travel, education, business, new environments, music, physical motion, or life changes that force you to rediscover your inner center. You are not meant to stay emotionally frozen. You need renewal, but your shadow is impulsiveness. When Scorpio pain meets horse speed, you may run, spend, cut ties, or make big decisions too quickly. In work, you can succeed in travel, international contacts, business, education, real estate, public projects, and fields where you must adapt fast. In money, avoid large emotional spending and learn before taking big risks. In love, you need both passion and space. Your formula is, change becomes growth when freedom does not destroy trust. Scorpio born in the year of the goat or sheep. Scorpio goat, or Scorpio sheep, is creative, emotional, intuitive, and deeply expressive. Scorpio brings intensity and transformation. Goat adds sensitivity, beauty, imagination, and the need to turn feeling into form. This person can carry strong inner drama, but also a powerful artistic or spiritual gift. Your strength is emotional expression. You may be able to create beauty from pain, art from memory, wisdom from crisis, and compassion from personal struggle. You can be gifted in music, design, writing, psychology, healing, performance, spiritual work, or any field where emotion becomes meaning. But your shadow is dramatization. Pain can become an identity. Love can become a story of constant testing. Desire can become spending, promises, or emotional exhaustion. In work and money, your gifts need structure. Inspiration alone is not enough. In relationships, you need tenderness, but you must not demand endless proof of devotion. Your formula is, feeling becomes strength when it does not turn into a theater of pain. Scorpio born in the year of the monkey. Scorpio monkey is clever, intense, observant, and mentally sharp. Scorpio brings depth, instinct, and the ability to see hidden truth. Monkey adds flexibility, humor, strategy, problem-solving, and the ability to find an unexpected exit when others feel trapped. Your strength is crisis intelligence. You can solve complex problems because you do not panic easily when things become complicated. You can read the room, detect weakness in a system, and adjust quickly. This is excellent for analysis, technology, medicine, negotiation, research, crisis management, investigation, and any work that requires both intelligence and psychological depth. But your shadow is overthinking. You may focus on details so long that you lose the courage to act. You may also use humor, cleverness, or distance to avoid emotional vulnerability. In money, ideas must become practical systems. In love, do not turn intimacy into a game of hints and tests. Your formula is, the genius of escape awakens when thought supports action instead of replacing it. Scorpio born in the year of the rooster. Scorpio rooster is disciplined, sharp, perceptive, and intense about truth, order, and emotional honesty. Scorpio sees the hidden motives. Rooster sees the flaw in the structure. Together, this combination can be a powerful analyst, critic, strategist, organizer, or person who brings order to emotional chaos. Your strength is precision. You can identify what is wrong in a relationship, business, document, system, or agreement. You may be strong in law, finance, audit, quality control, consulting, design, negotiation, management, and reputation-based work. But your shadow is judgment. Scorpio suspicion and rooster criticism can make you too hard on others and too hard on yourself. You may seek peace while secretly judging, or you may suppress anger until it becomes explosive. In money, clear contracts and practical planning are essential. In relationships, partnership can bring growth, but not if love becomes a moral courtroom. Say what you need before resentment becomes a verdict. Your formula is, order works only when it still has a living heart. Scorpio born in the year of the dog. Scorpio-Dog is loyal, protective, intuitive, and emotionally serious. Scorpio brings depth and transformation. Dog adds faithfulness, moral instinct, empathy, and the need to defend what is loved. This combination can create a powerful protector, counselor, advocate, or person who stands beside others in crisis. Your strength is devotion with courage. You can sense danger, feel other people's pain, and stay loyal when life becomes difficult. You may be strong in psychology, social work, law, medicine, security, education, crisis support, or any role where protection and emotional intelligence matter. But your shadow is emotional guarding. If you have been betrayed, you may start treating new people as if they must answer for old wounds. In money and work, initiative matters. You cannot only wait, worry, and protect the perimeter. You must move toward your own goals too. In love, loyalty is sacred, but it should not become constant testing. Your formula is, protection becomes love when it does not become a cage. Scorpio born in the year of the pig or boar. Scorpio pig, also called Scorpio boar, is deep, generous, emotionally powerful, and often more open-hearted than people expect from Scorpio. Scorpio brings intensity and insight. Pig adds warmth, sincerity, broad vision, and the ability to connect small opportunities into a meaningful life path. Your strength is emotional abundance. You can help others, learn deeply, share knowledge, and turn painful experience into wisdom. You may be drawn to education, culture, travel, social projects, creative work, healing, teamwork, or any field where trust and human connection matter. But your shadow is excess. You may promise too much, give too much, spend too much, or reveal your plans too early. Your generosity needs boundaries. In money, do not let emotion lead every decision. In relationships, love can be warm and loyal, but do not rescue everyone at the cost of your own stability. Some opportunities should be kept private until they are strong enough. Your formula is, luck gathers from small signs when you do not spill your depth too quickly. So Scorpio, no matter which Chinese year you were born in, your path is never just about intensity. It is about transformation. Your sign teaches that life can break old forms, but it can also reveal hidden strength. You are not here to live only on the surface. You are here to understand what is real, to face what others avoid, and to rise again with more wisdom. The rat teaches strategy. The ox teaches endurance. The tiger teaches noble passion. The rabbit teaches soft truth. The dragon teaches ethical power. The snake teaches deep wisdom. The horse teaches freedom with center. The goat teaches emotional expression. The monkey teaches intelligent action. The rooster teaches honest order. The dog teaches loyal protection. And the pig teaches generous depth with boundaries. If this reading resonated with you, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next horoscope. And write in the comments, what is your Chinese birth year? Are you a Scorpio rat, Scorpio-Dragon, Scorpio-Snake, Scorpio-Dog, or another combination? Thank you for watching. Take care of your energy, and I will see you in the next video.